Right then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Hello, wherever you are, whenever it is, and whatever you happen to be doing while you're watching me chat on. My name is Paul, I'm also called Knick-Knack, and I'm the brains behind Knick-Knack's Daily Teaser. I also do a lot of movie reviews, and I'd like to do more of them when I get the chance. I'm also the man who watches a lot of TV as and when he gets the chance. I'm watching a few things at the moment. I'm watching but not reviewing Series 1 of Foundation. I'm watching and reviewing Stranger Things. Keep your eyes out for the reviews of Series 4. They'll crop up on YouTube and on my blog, Knick-Knack's Old Peculiar, on Wednesdays. I'm also watching the second series of Star Trek Picard. I'm watching that on Fridays. Last night was the 15th, and I saw episode 4 of the current series, and tonight, Saturday the 16th, is when I wanted to tell you all about it. Episode 4, Watcher, opens with the usual summary of earlier episodes and then shifts to show us Admiral Picard, Patrick Stewart, on board the Crash La Sirena, desperately trying to contact Rios, Raffi and Seven, Santiago Cabrera, Michelle Hurd and Jerry Ryan. What he doesn't know is that communications are difficult in part because they've gone back in time, and that the three have unintentionally split up. Rios has been arrested, and Raffi and Seven have traced him, or at least his communicator, to a clinic where he eventually landed up, finding out that he'd been captured from the staff by the local immigration control section of the police. Back at La Sirena, Admiral Picard and Dr. Girardi, Alison Pill, have a problem. They can't get the ship's communicators to contact their missing crewmates. The ship's repair is taking a lot longer than it should, and with a cold night coming in, the Admiral takes the decision that they should stay at the nearby Chateau Picard. Ruined though it is in the 21st century, it has still got wood, fireplaces, and quite a lot of memories as well, especially for the Admiral. He can still remember seeing his mother in the chateau playing an old Edith Piaf song to help him calm down. When Picard and Girardi have warmed up is when the Admiral notices something. Girardi has picked out volume 15 of the Britannica. She's picked out a 1915 vintage bottle of wine, a Pinot Noir apparently. That's what grows at, that's the grape that grows at the Chateau Picard. And she's also moved 15 very significant beads on a toy abacus. He works out that the data she's absorbed, see what I did there? He's worked out the data she's absorbed into her subconscious from the Queen tells her that the 15th is going to be the date of the event that changes the timeline. It's going to be on the 15th. They've arrived on the 12th. They've only got 3 days to save the world. Now, what did I burblingly make of this particular episode? As I think I've mentioned, I'm also currently watching Stranger Things 4th series on Tuesdays, and I recently caught up with Chapter 3, The Monster and the Superhero. I'll try and throw in a link up here, but we'll see what I can do there. But one thing that struck me about The Monster and the Superhero was quite simply the fact it managed to lighten the dramatic load with moments of light romantic comedy. There's a lot of flirting and teasing going on. Watch or read the review. That'll explain it better, I think. At any rate, that lightening of tone is needed. Stranger Things is, after all, basically a long, complicated, coming-of-age 80s retro horror story, after all. And like any other story, like any other drama, like whether it's a horror or not, the episode's comedic touches are useful. They lighten the darker parts of the episode and make them seem darker than they otherwise would be. The reason I mention is because it's something that Watcher also does. There's an extensive car chase that see Raffi and Seven, Michelle Hurd and Jerry Ryan desperately trying to find the facility Rios has been taken to, whilst being chased across several car parks by several hundred police cars, whilst Raffi is criticising Seven's driving. And the interplay is wonderful to watch. It's loud, it's fun, and it's seriously put me in mind of the mall car chase in the Blues Brothers, the classic one where they
broke my watch.
When Belushi turns around to Aykroyd and says, "You got us into this parking lot, pal. You got us out of it." I could just hear Michelle Hurd using some of Belushi's lines in place of the ones she got. I mean, there's that classic truck, 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 truck line Hurd uses. It's just, well, the similarity, go look up both videos online. It is quite something to watch. It's also got the added bonus that before the chase starts, Raffi's flat out, "I have no idea how that phaser got there" line. One reminiscent of some of Stephen F. Moffat's better lines on Doctor Who. That was an added bonus, and it definitely put a smile on my face. Now, I'm possibly concentrating on just one thing there, aren't I? When possibly I shouldn't. That chase, for me, was a highlight, but it's a highlight in a lot of good individual scenes, well played ones. The scenes between Rios and Dr. Ramirez, Sol Rodriguez, the almost Faustian scenes between Chirati and Annie Wershing's Bald Clean, Picard's own interactions with a younger Guinan, played by Ito Aguirre. I hope I've got that right. They're all equally as watchable, and especially in or out of context. Talking of Picard himself, we know that the actor that plays him, Patrick Stewart, is getting older. We know that Patrick Stewart is getting older, and at his age, probably doesn't want to be standing up and running around too much. So it's nice to see that the show's writers and directors, Jane Maggs, Travis Fickett, and Juliana James provided the teleplay and the script for this episode, and Lee Thompson directed this episode and last week's Assimilation. It's nice to see that they accommodate him, partly where they're getting the action scenes and the more physically demanding scenes being done by younger members of the cast, with Stewart himself either sitting down or leaning against something when he's playing his particular scenes. There's including that key scene where he meets the younger Guinan and basically reveals who he is. That is very watchable to see. It's a great one to watch. Picard and Aguilera. Sorry if you're watching there, miss, but my ability with names is quite hopeless sometimes. At any rate, the point I'm trying to make is it's subtly done, but it's there. Actually, now I think about it, it's possibly not so subtly done, especially if you've got eyeballs like mine, and if you're spotting a touch like that, it ain't necessarily subtle. It's nicely done whether it's subtle or not. It's keeping the oldest member of the cast, and the star of the show, after all, actively involved and incredibly productive. That is a welcome thing to watch, I think. About the one time he is standing up is at the episode's climax, when Picard finally meets the Watcher of the title. That is quite a reveal, and it's one I'll probably tell you about in next week's review. Between now and next Friday, Tuesday the 19th of July, we'll see me watching Dear Billy, the next episode of Stranger Things. Friday the 22nd, next Friday, or this Friday coming, we'll see me watching Fly Me to the Moon, the next episode of Star Trek Picard. I would frankly love it if you joined me. I would love it if you subscribed to this video and sort of left a comment or two on the blog, and I will hopefully see you then. Take care, please subscribe, please feel free to leave some money in my tip jar that's tucked in the eye there, but please have a very good week.